Hey everyone. Hey, good morning. Okay, teddy bear is barking. How are you all? It's time for Cricut Chat. I'm doing something I think is going to be really popular today, and it's all about layered vinyl. And in this case, it's on Disney characters, but the technique is the same. Good morning, David. Before I get started, I wanted to remind anyone, if you are just tuning in, make sure you follow the Miss Rita to the Rescue Facebook page. And if you want to see the replay, definitely go to the YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. And you'll see that I post all of these live videos on my YouTube channel. So if you miss anything, or if you can't make a live, then you can just go to YouTube, and as long as you subscribe, you'll be able to watch it. Right now, my statistics show that that only 25% of you, or people that are watching, are subscribed. So it'd be great for me to help my subscription numbers, because that's really popular. So anyway, so this morning we're going to do these layered vinyl designs. I want to say good morning to everyone: Diane, Wanda, David, Lynn, Dorothy, Constance, Terry, Kathy, Mary, Brand. Oh, we got lots of people on this morning. So we're going to be doing layered vinyl. And of course, I'm having computer difficulties this morning. I tried to log into my Joy and it wasn't connecting the Bluetooth. So then I hopped over to my desktop, and it decided it needed to do an update. So I'm going to do this a little bit backward. And then, so I'm not going to show you the computer stuff first, as I usually do. I'm going to show you how to do these layered images. So we'll do this, and then once my computer is actually running again, I can show you. So anyway, these are really actually sort of the simplest of the Disney characters, which is what I started with, figuring that you guys want to see how to do the basics. So with Mickey, it's really only 4 layers. He's got the black layer, he's got his face coloring, which is sort of, I don't know if it's quite matches the coloring that he normally is, but then there's the white for the eyes, and the little pink, or sort of the pink, and it's 4 layers, and so you cut them all of these into 4 mats, or you can use the Quadrant technique, which we've used before. And this morning, when my computer's working, I'm going to show you how to do that with this. And so I have Minnie to cut. So she has an additional color, which is this pink bow. Okay. The hardest part about this is not the layering. It's finding all the vinyl colors that match, because Disney is such a well-known brand that you have to really make sure the blue from Donald Duck is the correct royal blue and not a powder blue. So for me, it was the hardest part was just finding the colors that would look good with these characters. And so what you do is you do cut them all out individually. And this technique, by the way, here's a layered image that's not Disney. And so these images are Disney, which means that they're licensed, which means that you have to purchase them. If you are a Cricut Access member, Disney images are not free, nor are the Harry Potter ones, or Marvel, or Hello Kitty. These do cost, but it's a minimal cost. And once you own an image, you own it. You don't have to worry about if you don't want to be an Access subscriber anymore. So I wanted to show you these Disney, but also just show you that there are a lot of layered images. Like this one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 layers, which I did. And I wanted to show you that you can do this. And also I'm going to show you when the computer gets up how to find layered images as well. So let's, I did cut these all out. So we can start by doing that. So of course our Minnie has the bow. So we know that's her, and her face is a little bit narrower and she has eyelashes. So that's her. And here is her with the bow, the black. Okay, and then the white is right here. And then so Mickey is, oops, I forgot mouth. The mouth is here. So we'll do Minnie, the second one. So here's Mickey. And he consists of, this is the black layer, it's the bottom layer, and then he's only got this and then the eyes and the mouth, and so the black peeks through. That's how you get that. Is the black is the bottom, and so you put this on and the black peeks through, and then you just add the other colors. So you're going to start with the bottom layer here on your work surface. And then I have a piece of transfer tape that I have cut out, actually used it yesterday. So I'm going to reuse it because you don't have to just throw it away, because it will work. Now, if you want to, and I advise it, is you would use this scraper or a scraper of some sort to sort of burnish it, and then flip over your next most layer and start to peel. Now save this piece of paper because that's important for what we're doing. So now we have this piece of paper and then the backward side of our image, which we're going to flip over. We're going to take this. I want to make sure it's all in camera so you can see it, okay? So we're going to take this here and we're going to put it halfway. And you can do it this way or this way. It's up to you. I think I like to do it this way the best. And we're going to start lining up. Now, we're not just going to take it and boom, put it all on there like that. I think that that's what most people think they should do. But what I've found out is if you have something sort of in the way, you can sort of manipulate the image a little bit better. Now, remember, with Disney characters, there's always that black beast. See that? Like around the corners here? Let me move this a little bit more. I want to make sure you're seeing it all. But see, I have this piece here because I don't want to put the whole thing on. Because if I put the whole thing on, then it's harder to get off. So I want to make sure that it is lined up. And if it isn't, I can peel it back, you see? And then I would just take this part and peel. And I have my second layer. Isn't that great? I would do this technique for all the big pieces. The smaller pieces, not really necessary. And even then, see, I didn't completely do it right here, but you would, take better care to make sure it's done. So the next piece is the eyes, which is white on white background. I'm not used to that yet because I like it with the blue background so you can see the cut, but that's okay. Still do the same thing. And so there are my eyes, or the whites of the eyes, I guess. And we're going to line it up. And it's a smaller piece, so you don't necessarily need to use that backing, but if you wanted to, you certainly could. But the great thing about this is that these layers, because they're Cricut images, they sort of get cut out exactly in the way that you want them to be. So you don't have to worry about, I have to move it all around like this. Okay. Yes, parchment paper also works. So if you don't want to keep that backing, or you haven't thrown it away or whatever, you can use parchment paper. But the point being that we're not sticking the entire thing on there, and then it's harder to pull it up. So, and here is because it's a small piece, I can just line it up like that. And then I am done. All I need to do is transfer it onto wherever, if you want to put it on your car or your laptop. And by the way, this is a great application for the Joy. And I was going to show you using the Joy, but my Joy was not working properly. Well, my computer was not working properly. And so that's a great application for the Joy. And a lot of people are asking when they have the Joy, can I make stickers? So this is one kind of sticker that you can make. Oh yeah, a flat and a curve. So so someone is saying, Melissa's saying, have you seen the Fisker's alignment tools? Yeah, there are a lot, and there's some alignment tools that are made for stamping. That could work as well. But what I like about this is that they cut out, and this is a little bit better of an explanation for Minnie. So Minnie has her mouth, her eyes, that's her face, and now she has this bow. It goes this way, this bow, okay? And just want to check that bow. All right, so the first part is her face. So we start with the bottom layer, and then we take the second layer. We're going to put it on transfer tape, use this burnisher. And by the way, this is all the removable vinyl. I hear people in the groups always saying, what do I do with this removable vinyl and why would I want to use it? Removable vinyl is not like window cling where it's going to come off. It's only adhering to your surface by way of a little bit of water, which window cling does. It is actually going to stay on there at least 2 to 3 years. And I know that for a fact because I've used it on the back of my car, and it's never garaged, and it is it's holding on, and my lease is up. It's been 3 years. Nothing different. It does not look any different than the day that I put it on. So you do not have to think that the removable vinyl is sort of very temporary, because it's not. What it does mean for removable vinyl is it will not leave a residue, okay? It's thin. And by the way, this is all Cricut vinyl, and I actually like working with Cricut vinyl a lot more because it's thinner, and I don't like the feel of my vinyl being like really thick. Let me just check and see if this is going to work. Well, I think I want to put it over a little bit more. After a while, you don't even have to use the parchment, or if you have something that's very detailed. Like there's some of the Marvel characters and some of the other Mickey Mouse ones are pretty detailed, but this one is fairly easy. So I'm just checking to make sure that it's going to work, and then I peel off that back, and there it goes. Now I see a little piece of dog hair, but thankfully it's on my transfer tape. Do y'all have dogs that shed? Because I do, and they're a pain in the neck. So here's the ribbon or the bow on the top of her head. Again, we're just going to press this down and then remove it from the transfer tape, or the backing, I should say, onto the transfer tape. And again, if you want to use this piece where you're only putting half down, or parchment paper, as Dorothy has told us as well, or you can do it this way. But frankly, I like the security of the parchment paper or the tape, but you can certainly do it without it. And here's that. Now we've got to do the eyes. They might make it better, easier to do, Melissa. There's also like, I think it's called the Misty, which is for stamping. And that does like helps with aligning rubber stamping. So that might work for this as well. Okay, so the eyes, which give the character so much life, get put on this way. Oh. I think they look a little cross-eyed, but that's just me. Okay, and then the mouth. Let's just turn this over. And believe it or not, my computer is now functioning, so I can go back to my design space and show you what I wanted to show you about how to find these files and how to determine if it's a layered image, because that's what we're working with. We're working with an image that has more than one layer. And I went and looked on the Cricut site, and to be honest, I didn't see anything that was layered under projects for vinyl. I saw some what do you call it, iron-on that was a little layered, but not vinyl. So let me log in to my computer now, and so I can show you what we're doing here. It's so easy, folks, that you're going to be like, oh, I can do this. And you can. And, you know, maybe it might not be perfect the first couple times you try it. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we here don't pick on our faults and point out our faults, because I've always felt like when people in groups say it's not perfect but I like it, they don't need to point out what's wrong with it. They just need to show people how wonderful they're doing. So anyway, we're going to do a Mickey cutout, and here I have what's called the Quadrant method, or that's what I call it. And we have, this is for the face, the mouth, eyes, and the bow, and I couldn't fit the fifth layer, which is black. And I don't, just if you're new here, I don't really, I use all the different color mats because I use them all the time. So if you're asking what's the difference, usually this purple mat is used for extra strong grip, and that I just use them for standard grip after they lose their initial grip, of course, because when you first open these, they're really super sticky, and putting paper on the purple ones when they're first open is not such a great idea because it ends up warping, and that's not good. So but what we've done here is we've done this quadrant method, and I'm going to show you how that works out once my computer gets going. Man, the universe is working against me or something. So also, let's see. So I wanted to just kind of catch you up while I'm waiting for my computer to fully open. Tomorrow, I need to do a really quick project. So I'm probably going to do a really quick card, because I have to get to the hospital. I don't know if you guys saw, but I have one of my wounds is open, and so they have to pack it, and I had to delay my radiation. So tomorrow will be a very short tutorial, and then Thursday, I'm not sure, I have a funeral to go to. So yay, so Cricut's coming up. Sorry. But I'm trying to think, we're going to do some giveaways this week, because we didn't have our Cricut Chat on Saturday night, and then Cricut Chat will have even more giveaways, okay? So here we go. So I have my Cricut Design Space open. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to just go to my projects because I already developed them, and I want to show you how this cuts. How are you all doing today while we wait for this? I'm doing well, but I'm obviously having technical difficulties. I didn't do the hexagons for this. We can do the hexagons. Totally relate to the dog hair. What color vinyl did you use for skin? You know what color this is? This is linen, and again, it's Cricut removable, and it's linen. And so Okay, so that's what you do. What is the name of my YouTube channel? My YouTube channel is under Miss Rita to the Rescue. So just go to YouTube and type in Miss Rita to the Rescue and you'll find it. That's where all of my videos are, and almost all, I'd say 95% of them, because there are some occasions when I can't transfer them. And someone told me, here, we're going to open this up. Let's open this up. Okay, so someone told me that sometimes you can see the comment, but usually with YouTube you don't see the comment. So so there's that. Okay, so here's my Mickey and Minnie, and just to point out again, these are perfect for cutting on the Joy, and because one of the parameters does not exceed 4.25. And so you can see up here, I could cut these on the Joy. I just had problems this morning. Here's another layered vinyl that's actually free if you're an Access member. And I want to ungroup it to show you how this one goes together, because it has a white background to help you line everything up. So I think what I would do, I was thinking about this last night, is what I would cut out that white. And what you could do is you could cut out this white in window cling and then cut this out in the vinyl. And that way you could have a rainbow that you can remove whenever you want to. And you could do this same technique for any of your images. Just get the white window cling and you can build on that. And that way you can remove it. So for instance, if you have holiday images that you want to take off and on, and which is what I do. I have like a lot of I have Thanksgiving and Christmas and winter and stuff like that. That I would build it with the white background, and then I would build this up each individual one. Okay, so people are talking about this hexagon method, which I have shown people before, and hexagon works really well. But I also like this method of using the parchment paper or using the backing of the vinyl, because it's handy, and my parchment paper is in the kitchen. So let me show you what we're going to do. As you can see, this comes in as five different mats. And here's, over here on the left, so we got white, black, that's the mouth color. This is the skin color, and this is the bow. Well, the black I'm going to cut on its own, but I did put all 4 of these pieces onto my mat. I got the skin color, the mouth, the white for the eyes, and this is for the bow. So let me show you how you move those images all to the same mat. So I'm going to start with mat 3, which is the mouth, and it just doesn't make sense to me to put in and take out 5 different mats when I could sort of pull them all together. So I'm going to click on the image that is going to be cut, and I'm going to choose the triple dots again. Remember, we did this. We're going to do move object. Now we're going to move it to the white, and it's okay that it changes color. You can just move it over. Now we're going to go to this skin color, and we're going to do triple dots, and you choose move object and move it to the white again. It's okay that it changes color. And then the final piece is the bow. Move object and go to this. Now I probably could have squeezed the black on there, but I wanted to show you how I determine the quadrant. So look, the mats are 12 by 12. So I always look at them in a quadrant shape. So it's 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches. So I work from that 6-inch mark and from the top mark. So in this case, I put this flesh or the skin color here on the left. So I'm going to move mine up here to the left, and then I put the mouth over here on the right, and I just putting it on my, see, I'm putting it here on my mat. Now the one thing that's a little different is I didn't put this right at the 6-inch mark, but you can figure that out. Then the next thing that I have is the white in the right bottom corner. Melissa is so this goes down here to that fourth quadrant, right? And it can stay within the sixth quadrant here. And then we've got our bow that goes here. So now we have all 4 pieces, and we can put this one mat in, and it doesn't matter that the colors change. But what's really cool, I'm just gonna cut it and I'll show you. I'm gonna hit continue. I'm gonna choose, and vinyl cuts with a regular blade, and I want to show you what I chose, so in case you haven't seen this. Now if you have an Explorer, you have the dial, okay, and the dial you would set for vinyl, or sometimes it depends on your machine. Sometimes people use the washi setting. It really what works for you, but the vinyl works for me. And when I have the maker, I go to here with all materials, and I can just type in vinyl, or I can scroll and go down to the vinyl. Vinyl's at the bottom because it's alphabetical. And this is called premium vinyl. Even the removable is premium, okay? And by the way, you can star up to, I think it's 10 of your favorite materials, or the materials you use. By starring it, it will come up on your screen under favorites. And then you won't have to use this. So here is favorites. If you wanted to change it, you picked the wrong thing, you just click on that premium vinyl. See? And we don't need to change the pressure or the blade. It's a regular fine point blade, and I'm going to set it to go, and I'm going to move you over here just so you can see. Yeah, you can make a really small, and you can save your scraps. I'm all about saving the scraps. All right. And again, I could have probably put the black on there because of, but I just kind of wanted to show you that quadrant method so you can understand. Now, I've seen some people do some amazing patchwork with this sort of method, and they have like 6, 7, 8 different colors on their mat. And as long as you can understand that what you see on the screen is what's going to cut in that little area, then you'll know, okay? And this makes it so much easier for you if you're cutting out layered projects. One thing that is a caveat is if you're cutting out paper items, I would suggest that you don't use this method on the layers that are different. So for instance, if you're cutting out paper and one of your layers was glitter, don't use this method. Use the glitter separately because you want to change the actual type of material. So here we go. And you can see there's my flesh, there's my lips, there's my bow, and there is my eyes. Where are they? Right here. Let me just throw in the black one so you can see how we can take. So I can just take these off while this is going. Take these off, and this is where you can save your little scraps. I'm just taking them off. Sorry, it's not on camera. Okay. So if you use this method correctly, you'd have a lot of leftover here. And of course, we're going to save that. So what I do is I cut around it. You could even cut this and save a little tiny scrap. That's saving a lot of vinyl. Same thing with the black. Here's the black. It's a really big piece because I started off with a 12 by 12 piece. So I'm just going to cut out around there. I've got all this extra, okay? And as far as the bow, I'm going to save this part too. So I have this, and the eyes right here. I probably could have placed them better, so I could have saved a little more, but that's that. And I do keep all my scraps and I use them. This one here also, I could have cut it better, but that's the breaks. Okay, so then you would just take your handy dandy tool and clean them up by pulling on the corner. Make sure I'm in view. Okay, so pull on that corner and peel it off. So there's the bottom piece. And here's the face. This needs a little bit more, probably shouldn't work on that, but needs a little bit more weeding. This one I thought was kind of delicate, so you have to be careful because it has a little tiny bit of edges that you don't want to. Okay, so the nose gets weeded out, then the eyes, and this is what I mean by delicate. It's got like these little tiny things to indicate, or like her eyelashes. Okay, and then her mouth. Weed the mouth. Okay, then now it's time for the eyes. Got vinyl stuck to my hands. Let me just take it off. Okay. All right, so the eyes are here. The only thing I don't like about Cricut vinyl, believe it or not, is the white. I really feel like it should have a blue background because you can't really see it when it cuts out. And this is the last piece for the bow. And what you have to worry about with the bow is that it has this middle piece here. Okay. So then we just go ahead and do the same thing we did before, is we take and put this on the bottom. This is our bottom piece. The next up is going to be the face or the flesh. Then we can put the bow, the mouth, and the eyes. So let's go and put, using that same transfer tape that we had before. I'm gonna brandish it if I can find my little thing. Here we go. Okay, so here we have the transfer tape with the actual vinyl that's going to go on. You can use your backing, and you can do it this way if you wanted to, like, and we're going to line it up. And the great thing is, and you can't see it because you're not seeing my screen, but when you go back, even though you changed those images to be all on one color, it doesn't change the color of your image. So you're able to refer to the image and say, oh, this is where the eyes go. This is where the mouth goes. So it's a really interesting process to do the color change. You don't have to do that color change in or on your canvas. You can just do it whenever you're doing that quadrant method, right? Here we go. I got a little dirt on there. So where do you find these images? I'm going to show you where you find these images after I finish this really quick thing. And again, these images can get pretty complex and have like more than just these 4 or 5 colors, and some of the pieces are pretty small, and then it does depend on, you know, how big you make it. If you're making this for, say, a cup or a laptop or something like that, then you just need to be able to control and use all your little scraps. Of course, use your little scraps. So here are the eyes. And remember, this is Disney, but there are tons and tons of images that you can use. I'm just rushing through this so you can just see how I'm doing it. All right, last piece is the mouth. Wasn't that super easy? Oh my gosh, you should not shy away from doing these images just because they're layered, okay? All right, there you go. So, and that is Mickey Mouse layered, and we have Minnie, sorry, that's Minnie Mouse, and we have done Mickey as well. So let me just show you on my screen. I know we're jumping around a lot here today, but just where do I find these images? You're going to go to here, to images. Let me move her over. We're going to go to images. And from, I do Melissa. Melissa's asking what kind of transfer tape I prefer. I like Cricut brand, just simply because I can reuse it. And it always seems to come in mystery boxes, so I always have it on hand. No, you're going to try it though, Bren, right? You're going to try it. So here under images, you can search for whatever you want. If you want to look at Disney or Mickey or Minnie, that's fine. And when I did the search, I did Disney. And it brought up all of the images that had Disney. But one of the things you'll notice is that some of these, like this one here, Warm Hugs, is one color. That's not a layered image. So if you wanted to just look at your layered images, excuse me, you can filter these over here. That's what this is for. So you can go to layers and choose multi. And this works the opposite way. If you just want a single image, go to layers and choose single. Okay. So here is multi. So these are showing me all the layered images, and underneath them they'll show, I do have quite a few of these purchased. And remember, anything that's licensed, Disney, Marvel, Hello Kitty, Harry Potter, other things that are licensed will cost you money. Okay. So if you don't want to do Disney, you can type in something like a bird. All right. And we are still searching only by layered multi. And so here are all of the layered multi images that you can do for a bird. Now these were really fun to look at, and if you want to see, oh, I like this style and I think I would like to do it, and that's what this thing was from. This comes from a cartridge called Florals Embellished. Let me check. So we go to that little eye, and we choose view image sets. Then it brings me to that image set that the bird was from, Florals Embellished. That's what it's called. And here we go. These are all wonderfully embellished and just beautiful. And I don't know if you guys, I like flowers anyway, but look at this butterfly. And we're just going to pull these two in just so you can see it. So it's the same as with the Disney character. Let me just, where is it? Okay, here they are. All right. So I'm just going to make it bigger. Not that big, but oh, look, we get a butterfly. And just so you can see, the most important part is making sure you have all the vinyl that you need to cut it. And if you want to see what you need, you can do one of two things. You can ungroup it and sort of peel away the layers. Okay, I need like a hot pink, and I need a red, I need yellow, I need blue, and 2 color greens, okay? But an easier way to do that is, I'm just gonna hide these so you can see what I mean, is to go up here on the right-hand side. It says Color Sync. So if you click on that, it's going to show you all of the layers. Now, here's something that's kind of interesting that maybe you didn't know you could do, but let's say I didn't have 2 color greens. Let's say I only had 1 color green, or I wanted them to be both the same. I don't know. Let's just say that. Over here on the right-hand side where my 2 greens are, I can actually take this piece and move it to the other green, and all of a sudden I have only 5 layers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll see my image change. So now these are both the same color green. That's called color syncing, and you can move these any way you like. So let's say you want this to be the red and this to be the pink. Actually, I did that wrong, because if you did it that way, you have to go back and change the color here. So I'll do that up here. Change the color. here. Okay. Sorry, but that's color syncing, and you can move them all. If I want to undo it, what I did, I can always use my undo button, which is up here on the left-hand side. Undo, undo, undo. All the way back to when it was grouped. Look at how far back you can go to ungroup. See? And I'm back to the same color scheme that I had with the original image. So how many of you are going to try this now that we did it? And what ways are you going to use? You're going to use the parchment paper, the hexagon method, or this using the backing or whatever. What do you think? You going to try it? Does it feel like it's a little easier to understand? I want to know what you guys think. The other thing I want to know is, does it help you to know the night before what we're going to be working on? Whoops, this goes in the back here. You can actually do this with the black background. Ooh, that looks really cute. Does it help to know what we're working on the night before so you can make plans? If it does, let me know, and I will try to make let you know the night before what we're going to be working on the next day, because I do try to work a day before. Yay, backing for me. Yep, okay, I'll use the backing. And trying a t-shirt. Now, here's interesting. So this is vinyl, and if you're using iron-on, it's kind of the same method. You would cut it out in all the different iron-on, but make sure if you're doing iron-on, you always have to mirror your images, because even when you don't need it, like for instance, a butterfly is symmetrical, so you probably don't need to mirror your images, but you need to get in the habit of doing that. And I can show you an iron-on that's layered too, but this is with vinyl. It's about the same kind of process, but it involves layering it from the bottom up, and using the easy press in between each layer, but not nearly as much as you think you need. Okay, so that is sort of it for today. Wanda, yes, please. You want to know ahead of time? You like knowing a day before. Okay. And Debbie, you came on late. That's okay. What I want for you to do is, I will, once I'm done with this, I will post it on the Miss Rita to the Rescue page. But also, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, go on over there and subscribe. You just go to YouTube and type in Miss Rita to the Rescue, and you'll see my channel, and there's a subscribe button. And so you just click on that. You do need, I think, to be a user on YouTube, you need a Gmail account. I think you have to create a profile, and all of my videos are on there, just about all of them, 95% of them, and there are also playlists. So for instance, I think it's Mishka that just got a Joy, and she said, now I have to go watch all your Joy videos. How do I do that? And I said, well, go over to the YouTube channel, and it's in categories. So she could go to the Joy playlist and watch all the Joy videos. Or if you wanted to work on Christmas, or you just wanted to do cards, because I have a card making playlist, or you wanted to do vinyl, I have a vinyl playlist. So makes it all easy, so you're not having to run around and look at it on Facebook. It's all categorized on my YouTube page. Okay, so thank you everyone. Ahead of time is good. Okay, thank you. You watch it all. Oh, nice. And by the way, I also mentioned that we did last week explore putting vinyl on cards, and I want to go back, and Dorothy, I think it was, said you can put iron-on cards too. So I have done that before, so I want to show you that method as well, okay? It can be easy, Linda. It can be so easy. You can do it. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for coming today. Yeah. Oh, that's how you found me, Lynn. Yeah, I remember. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for coming. Don't forget, you can share these after the fact as well. You can share from YouTube. You can share from my page or whatever. Yep, it's under the categories under playlists. You put vinyl on cars all the time. Yeah, isn't it fun? It's so much fun. We did it last week, especially for those little tiny pieces. It's so much fun. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to see you again tomorrow, and then I will post what we're doing for tomorrow ahead of time on my Miss Rita to the Rescue page. Love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and stay safe, everyone. Have a good day.